Keenan update. Asian insiders number 1 and number 2 speak out. Preface. The end beginning is near. This is June 16th, 2016. The end seems to be coming quickly after so many years of battles won in the ditches, on paper and in jungles. It is finally on its way, so it appears. The latest by the Asian Insiders 1 and 2 in a collaborative effort makes it perfectly clear they are ready for Keenan and Group K's return to action. This should be the final curtain call before a new beginning with open global accounts. The preparations by the insiders, lawyers, etc. have been extensive and time-consuming, but have brought this to a point where Nil and team can slide relatively easily into the seat and position M1, should he decide to take it, within the required changes made within the documentation. Yes, Nil expects to have M2 continually making wise suggestions, being that M2 just might be one of the world's greatest minds. And as Nil says, if we can get M2 to stop jumping off rooftops, we can stop worrying and start working. From what was sent below, Nil has nothing to worry about. Everything is being prepared for him throughout Asia, and he is considering every little move as a major move. Now all we need to do is keep him healthy and acquire the financing, and he is off for what appears to be the final step before the real journey begins. Group K received the following at approximately 12 a.m. on Friday, 17th of June. Nil, our group of elders, has been patiently and admittedly eagerly awaiting your return. We are fully aware of any and all physical ailments that have been accosting you and have expedited specialist spiritual healing powers to you. Should you still feel weak, do please realize that it is the power of the aforementioned spiritual elements which are permeating throughout your body, and this is being written. You have done a masterful job in representing the family and should sign the M1 papers as soon as practicable upon your arrival. This is a call from the Prince through the elders to you. Your postponement should not be much longer. It certainly is becoming apparent to us that the momentum of support from around the world continues to build for you, while the detractors are akin to the gnats that snap and snivel in the United States. They are annoying. In order to address such vexatious efforts, we have solicited 2 major Indonesian law firms to represent you, should you choose to take up the offer, upon your return for the signing of the awaiting documentation. Previously, you have mentioned that you already had the best of all Indonesian lawyers, and we have spoken to those who know Mr. Stanley Hoop, who have advised us that he is best for you, potentially with our support. We understand now who Mr. Hoop is, and do agree that he is one person who should assist you while utilizing our political and judicial involvement. As a proactive move, we've also prepared expedient transit stations throughout Indonesia should you choose to work with those we have begun to coordinate efforts with. The banks and transit stations are suitably positioned in relation to each other, as they are also in relation to the assets themselves. We appreciate that you may choose to pivot in another direction via associates in Singapore, Borneo, Hong Kong, or Malaysia. However, we do not see what we are doing could put you at any disadvantage, considering that groundwork is being prepared for you by dedicated professionals who wish to facilitate your endeavors in any way they can. As for Anonymous, they did you a service and a disservice concurrently. You were applauded, which is what everyone is pleased to hear, but they also overdid it in some respects. We have knowledge that they investigated some 22 to 25 computers and found all kinds of goodies therein. Indeed, that matter is concluded now, so love it or leave it, as the Europeans say. Collectively, we encourage your continued relationship with M2. It seems that you are much more relaxed having such a capable professional working at close quarters who is able to access that which is required with a snap of the fingers. We believe M2 will become an integral part of your team, and the shaman concurs on this point. You almost seem to settle to a degree with this person working beside you. As for the Group K team, which extends to here in Indonesia, you have chosen well. While it is invariably tricky to ascertain exactly what is being done, this is beneficial to those tasks at hand. In doing such an admirable job of selecting those with whom you work, it is apparent that they fit the requisite mold perfectly. Young, perhaps, not quite adorned, but ready for adornment. Remember one thing, our Indonesians will tell you Westerner stories trying to confuse them until they really get to know them. We suggest you allow Anonymous to turn the discovered documents detailing conspiracies, deceit, slander, and fraud, amongst other things, over to the authorities. Let those who would prevent you from finishing your quest sit in a lockup while you proceed with your work toward the necessary outcomes. If Anonymous do not do as they claim, we can file actions for you in Western Europe or Indonesia against the perpetrating parties. There are many ways to take actions. The finish line beckons you, Neil Keenan and Group K, and indeed to all who have supported your efforts along the way. What an outstanding job. What a long, tedious endeavor, and it is little wonder why no one has ever attempted it before, at least not like the Keenan Group. Soon you will be blazing your own pathways, and while others attempt to maneuver you in the direction of their choosing, no matter where it might be, remember, you will be always absolutely in the driver's seat. Continue to discern wisely, and remember to include your M2 for proper advice and counsel. Awaiting your arrival, Asian Insider 1 and 2, an effort of collaboration. And then you can certainly continue to read on to the earlier posted ones. That was just the latest update that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll be sure to include the source link for you guys as always. So much love. I hope you all are having a wonderful day.